So, how do we move from the knowing into the doing without forcing a reality? Now, to date, that is all we've ever done. Force the reality, force the issue, tried to make it happen. And every single time we've come up short. So now we are in completely uncharted waters. We are now being supported by the universe and the multiverse because you've done so much inner work within. And that is why the universe is lining up with you harmoniously now. You're going to start to get like a sweet breath of fresh air coming wafting under your nose. And you're getting glimpses of like, oh my God, I am supported. And then there is a pendulum swing and we go into the darkness a little bit. But that is the ebb and flow. And we are very much moving with the alchemical process of stepping out there in the world. So in truth, we are actually moving without realizing it from knowing into doing. But when we say doing, it has such a negative charge, but it is actually charged with the divine masculine. It's physical. It's about being out there to receive that which you've asked for. One cannot receive if one does not want to move out of the cave. Trust me, I've tried. It's a bit like Uber Eats. Do you know what I mean? You're not going to get your food delivery unless you kind of come out of the back room of your house. Do you know what I'm saying? So this is what's going on. But like this video, okay, so let's now invite them in as if they're not already here. We have Thoth, who is the god of wisdom, the moon, alchemy, teaching, scribing, the Akashics, halls of Amenti, sacred architecture. That's what this video is very, very much about. And then we have Mother, the goddess, Mother, Shadow Mother, Sekhmet, goddess of war transformation, alchemy as well, ignition of sacred purpose, transforming your lower vibrations into high ones, fear into courage. And that is what this video is all about as well, as I weave these two powerful beings together. And literally, as you see it on the screen, is exactly how they're standing with me right now. I am sandwiched between the two of them, and they have come in very strongly and powerfully because they are really holding our hands now, walking us through your inner authority, through your presence, walking us through fearlessly into the physical world to receive what you asked for. It's all happening now. Yes, you are supported. Yes, it's happening. No, you haven't been left behind. So now Sekhmet grants us the courage to create. And then you have Thoth, who activates our sacred architecture. This is our sacred architecture. So he activates our sacred architecture so we can go out there and express our purpose in the world. So do you see how these beautiful beings work so well together? And in truth, they've always worked with me when I created the Tablets of Light tours to Egypt primarily. And then, of course, the other ones in Avalon, but it was more Egypt. That was where the birthing happened. It was Thoth who walked me through the process and then ignited me and my connection with this beautiful mother. They both came in at the same time. Thoth was like, right, you're going to create tools called Tablets of Light in my name. And I was like, okay. And then I was absolutely terrified in the thought of the mission, because I have to go out there now and be seen. This is very scary to me. And he said, but I'm not going to send you without any support whatsoever. Ignite your connection, your memory with your sacred mother, Sekhmet, who's going to ignite the courage for you to create. She's going to take all that fear and she's going to walk with you, and she's never going to leave your side, and she's going to make sure that you complete, right? And when I use the word complete, because number 7 is her number, and number 7 is 7 Hermetic principles that come from Thoth. I'm all about the sevens. So this should start to make some kind of like sense, really. It's almost like Sekhmet is the as above and Thoth is the so below, because he's the one that's going to create the sacred architecture, build the pyramids so they come. And that's kind of like how these two weave together. So the Tablets of Light Sekhmet tour in May, which is actually in honor of Sekhmet, but equally so, just as in honor of Thoth, Tablets of Light, Sekhmet, because they are going to weave this consciousness from the all mind, which is a place which is beyond the universe. The all mind is the original idea of you. And Thoth, through his teachings of the 7 Hermetic principles, through me, is going to bring that energy through to allow you to create with confidence, to create with courage. And that's where Sekhmet comes in, clearing all those dense emotions that are in the way of you just stepping out there and building that pyramid, right? So you can use these two gods and goddesses, or Thoth and Sekhmet, in anything. You have a daily project, Sekhmet, use their magic and medicine, cultivate it within you, call on them, and they will really, really assist you in that balance, because Sekhmet's all about the shadows and the underworld, the deep, dark emotions, right? It's the places we don't want to go. She's a shadow hunter. And then Thoth is all about building empires and, civilizations, and like putting it out there and making it physical. How beauteous is this divine masculine and feminine balance, right? So working with these two is just next level. So now the physical body upgrades that you'll be going through right now. So it's a little bit of an energy update now. So basically our physical bodies have needed a lot of attention. The last Taurus full moon really plunged us into having that attention with our bodies. What are you feeding it? Have you addressed those ailments and issues that you've been pushing to the side? Have you balanced your physical body? And there's good reason that everything has been a physical experience lately, because the light is coming in, and it's coming in at a rate of knots. And this house, this pyramid, has to be ready, because this is the ultimate temple, right? This has to be ultimately ready to receive all the light, to be able to anchor it in the world. You didn't come here to live in a cave. You came here to be a conscious creator and create things, right? Out there, right? So now, point number 3, okay, so the only way to receive support is by stepping out. And I'm going to share a short experience with you, a short story of what I've been working with, and the profound like aha moments that all the lights have been coming on. So I've been working a lot, like really embodying in my sacred architecture. Thank you, Thoth. The 7 Hermetic principles. They've always been in my DNA. They are in yours. Alchemy, the alchemy formulas and the teachings, it's always been in my DNA. It's in yours. It's time to unlock this wisdom. Stop pretending that you don't know, because you do. And you're very, very powerful. You don't have to hide anymore. You are safe to be seen. So this is where this magic and support and these power tools, being the 7 Hermetic principles, become very assistive for us, because we're now applying them and seeing results. So the only way to receive, okay, is this support and the courage to step out there is by stepping into the physical, right? So this is a big moment in time for all of us in our lives. No one sat there chilling with this. It's a big thing. We haven't come this far before. So, give it the compassion and grace that it needs, right? So you will be met there, though. You will be met and you'll be supported. But here's the key code. You have to step out there. Can you face your fear? You can, because you've got Sekhmets on your side. Can you face your fear and step out into the world and then trust that you're going to be met with the support? I'm telling you, yes, you can, because I was working with the principle of cause and effect. Cause and effect is all about karma. Whatever you put out there, you get back. So if you're a little big ball of worry, you're going to get things to worry about out there. If you're really fearful about your inner world, then guess what? That world out there is going to be non-negotiable. You ain't going, so all of the lack of trust, yeah, you're always going to get let down after you go out there. So you have to change this inner frequency, principle of vibration, of changing this inner world. So you're the creator. You don't force a reality. You're the one who commands it. You say, you put your order in at the restaurant and it's a burger, they'll bring you a burger. It's as simple as that, right? But you got to pitch up to the party. So you will be met there. And this is what happened to me, cause and effect. It's about the ebb and flow. And it's about basically being, are you the cause, understanding that you're the cause, or are you the effect? Meaning, are you washed away and just receiving life and getting force fed all the shit that you don't want? Or are you the one commanding the energy and saying, it's going to look like this. This is what I'm calling in. I'm creating my inner world here because I'm an absolute mirror. Now you're going to support me. It's that kind of commanding energy. I did that, right? I did that. And Sekhmet has been showing me for quite some time now how I need to bridge the gap. I have shared the story in other videos that as of January the 1st, 2026, Sekhmet will no longer be able to be visited by the public. You have to do it by private visit. Obviously, the Tablets of Light tools offers private visits, so it doesn't really affect us, but it affects so many others that just go there to see her. She's made herself less available. So what does that mean? That means that we kind of like have to do a more of a deep dive to be able to access her in here. So if you can't go and see her in the physical temple and feed your worship, your will to worship, because we don't worship her, we have to embody her. So if she's not there, what else is there? How do you connect with Sekhmet? You go in here. right? So that's kind of what I did. And I just said, right, okay, I invoke the principle of cause and effect, and I'm calling in this powerful conscious leader that I am, and I am going to call in my wisdom wealth codes and my abundance. Today, I said, today I'm calling it in, and I'm going to stride forward as a conscious leader. Show me what leadership looks like in the world. Guess what? Newsflash, I didn't realize that I wasn't leading. I wasn't anywhere near. I took a day on where I commanded certain things from certain situations in my life on that day, conversations with people. Instead of asking and apologizing, I was like, I need this. Can you give it to me? Yes, no, moving on. I was firm, but friendly. I wasn't submissive and like, if you don't mind, possibly, you know what I mean? It was that kind of shift. As soon as I did that, that day, everything came to meet me. I had an overwhelming wave of support that came in that I had been working for a year to receive. And I was like, huh. So it actually took me to step out of my cave, which I didn't know that I was in, to step out there to be able to receive the level of support I've been having a tantrum over. But I didn't realize that I wasn't in my inner authority. Sekhmet said, by being less available than, and for us, what does that mean? Saying no to people. Sorry, no, without explaining it. Don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Sorry, no. She said, every time you say no, that's your sacred architecture. Thank you, Thoth. In really embodying the inner authority that we need to have in that sacred architecture to be able to go on to the next level. So I, for one, did not know that I was hiding, and I definitely was. And I stepped out in my leadership role, invoking the principle of cause and effect, because I became the cause. I commanded the energy, and my whole day I was like, wow. And now everything is literally falling into my lap, and it took very little effort to do. It was just conscious awareness on what I'm sharing with you. So this is the principle of the cause and effect. And I encourage you to read the Kabbalion, go into the tablets of light, emerald tablets of light with Thoth, start really deep diving into these alchemical teachings, because without getting lost along the way, that's the basis. That's the sacred architecture of you. These teachings do not change. They are base level, bricks and mortar, your foundation. Embody those teachings, change your life forever, and you will feel like a different kind of starseed in physical form. So with that being said, as always, I'm going to call you guys into the circle, having the courage to create. I just, I would like you to kind of work with some affirmations, but not in the way that you want to change by saying them again and again and again. You're going to try and change your inner world. I want you to breathe, and I really want you to come into your center, really come into your quiet space. Okay, not from here, coming from here. You're going to invoke Sekhmet, and you're going to invoke Thoth. And you're going to call them in to support you. You're going to call them up from within you. And you're going to say these words, put it on your phone, do whatever you got to do. I am safe in collaboration. I am safe, and I co-create without fear. I co-create without fear. Today, I am the cause of success and wealth through conscious leadership. Today, I am the cause of success, wealth in conscious leadership, right? And that comes from the principle of cause and effect. So now I just want to close on this video, which I don't usually do, but I want to take you into a short visualization to actually really cultivate that power and presence of safety within. So I invite you to close your eyes now and just take a nice big deep breath in. Inhale, hold it at the top, and exhale. And we call in the powerful presence of Thoth. And you feel his presence. Maybe you are privy to seeing lots of green emerald energy around you, gold, alchemy. And then we call in the powerful presence, or call up the powerful presence of Sekhmet, mother, protector. She who ignites purpose, and she who devours our fear and cultivates it and transforms it into courage. Courage to create our sacred architecture out there. Courage to express ourselves in no uncertain terms, apologizing for nothing. Unapologetically you, seen in the physical world, being supported and loved and held by spirit. As above, so below, so within, so without. And now visualize yourself walking along a desert. And visualize yourself being accompanied by Thoth, who is on your left, and Sekhmet, who is on your right. And you are walking at a very gentle pace, not fast, not too slow either, but you have an agenda. And as you walk through the desert, you find yourself arriving at a ley line which is masculine, which crosses with a ley line which is feminine. When these two lines cross, there is indeed a activation that happens, which will basically create a dragon line, which is the spiral Kundalini energy. Stand on that cross section now. Feel the energy of Wajit, the snake wisdom, the Kundalini energy fire up in the base of your spine now. And it spirals all the way up through your spine, all the way to the top of your head. And you feel the energy coming down and coming up, just like the Jed of the spine of Osiris. And you feel this activation and support from Mother Gaia coming all the way up from your root, all the way up through your spine, all the way up to the cosmos, and then back down again now. So it expands in its power. It's like a coil of energy and electricity. And as this activation happens, you look to your left and your right, and Thoth and Sekhmet have raised their hands, and they are sending you very powerful galactic energy from the earth plane, because all three of you are stood on the earth plane. Receive it now. Open your heart, open your being, open your chakras, and receive the energy of Thoth and Sekhmet as they start to ignite your being with so much courage. The fear starts to dissipate, for your connection to cosmos and your connection to Gaia is strong. There is no need to feel that you are unsupported. And as they send this energy to you in the middle realms, you are supported by the upper realms and the lower realms. Right now, you are a living, breathing example of the tree of life. Powerful, balanced, rooted, and plugged into the cosmos, and supported by Sekhmet and Thoth. You start to feel your sacred architecture, your blueprint start to ignite in its fullest. Any blockages or lower levels of light that is on your blueprint start to be cleared now as the energy just blasts it through. As you feel this in your being, your skin starts to glisten. Your sacred architecture and your visual of yourself, you see yourself as a huge pyramid, because you are now receiving and transmitting. And as you receive more and more of this energy from Thoth, who is activating your sacred architecture, from Sekhmet, who is giving you the courage to create, you feel this safety and support, as above, so below, so within, so without. And suddenly there is a peaceful presence and a willingness to be out here in the world, magnificently ignited, turned on with so much light, so much wisdom, no more hiding, knowing that those fears and those illusionary beliefs that you are at risk and that you are in danger, they have now dissipated, my friend. They have now been transmuted. You have finally made the step from out of the cave into the world. You have now become the cosmic cauldron, physical form. The alchemy bubbles within you. And it feels like a relief as your body just inhale and exhale, breathing in the new oxygen of the Middle Earth. You are all whole, united as one, happy to be here. And as you stand there now, the energy now dies down, and you find yourself holding hands with Thoth, holding hands with Sekhmet. And there is an electrical charge in itself. And as you make that connection and that electrical charge, you feel that you have now invited them in to step into your being. Now, in that moment of entry, you then realize and believe and fully understand now that these powerful gods and goddesses, they are within you. And you may call them up to work with them physically whenever you wish. They will step out and create their physical form again, once again, for they are holograms and reflections of you. But they live inside of you because they are you. You're all part of the same DNA, and you're part of the all mind. Sekhmet and Thoth are the all mind. So leaving everything turned on, switched on, and electric. I now ask you to take 2 big breaths. Inhale and exhale. One more breath. Inhale and exhale. Opening your eyes and then smiling. And there's nothing else to say, as chances are I'll see you in Egypt in May. I'll be the big pyramid. You'll be able to recognize me straight away. Have a fabulous day, my friends.